A very mesmerizing morning, dear students. Welcome to the another class of English grammar, and continuing with our series of subject for Concord, we are going to further proceed. But before I directly jump into the new concept, I just want you all to have a quick look at what we have discussed in our previous video. Dear students, we have learnt in our last video that verbs describe action and existence, or doing and being. We have also learned that conjugating the verb to be depends on the noun it is referring to, is, are, am. Like I am, they are, she is. We also discussed that subject and verb must agree in number and person. For example, the singular subject should carry the singular verb, whereas the plural subject must carry a plural verb. For example, the dog, when it is singular, is barking, whereas the dogs, because it's plural, are barking. We have also taken note about the concepts of and, where I told you that two or more nouns or pronouns, when joined by this word and, they are considered to be plural. I also told you that when the subject consists of two nouns but mean one thing, the subject is considered to be singular and it takes a singular verb. Now, dear students, let us move to the new concept, and here we are. These are some of the rules of grammar which you have to follow, whether you agree with them or you disagree. If you are not going to follow these rules, definitely your sentences are going to be grammatically incorrect. Now let us see what is this new rule. When two subjects are joined by with, remember the words which are written in yellow, you need to focus on them. This is the next concept. When two subjects are joined by the word with or as well as, the verb agrees with the first one. First one means here the very first subject. If our first subject, because these are the words, we always take two subjects with them, with also and as well as also. It always takes two subjects. Okay, so whenever we use nouns with these words, the verb we use always depends on the first subject. Okay, now let us take an example and the things will be more clear to you. The hen. Now see, the hen is singular. We are talking about one hen here. The hen with the chicks. Chicks is plural. Chicks is the word, chicks is a plural number. So the hen with the chicks is lost. We have not written the hen with the chicks are lost. Why? Because as per the rule, the verb should be according to the first subject in the sentence, and the first subject in this sentence is the hen. It's not the hens. If it would be the hens, then instead of writing is lost, we should have written are lost. Okay, but because the hen is singular, we have used is lost. Now let us do the vice versa, and you will be able to understand the concept nicely here. The chicks. Now see, in place of hen we have written the chicks, and at the place of chicks we have written the hen. We have changed the subject, also the number, because hen was one, whereas in this sentence the first subject is chicks, which is plural. So the chicks as well as the hen are lost. Now we are writing here are lost. Why? Because this are is referring to these chicks. That's the reason. And here This is was referring to this hen. Is that clear? Now do remember, when two subjects are joined by with or as well as, the verb always agrees with the first subject. Okay? Now, the second or the next rule, where again we have to take care of the first subject. When two subjects joined by the word either or, neither nor, or only the single word or, the verb agrees with the subject nearest to it. Nearest to it means nearest to the verb. तो जो भी सब्जेक्ट हमारा वर्ब के पास होगा, हमारी वर्ब उसी सब्जेक्ट के अकॉर्डिंग हम लोग अप्लाई करेंगे. नाउ सी द एग्जाम्पल. Neither the pupils, students, okay, pupils means students, and because we have written pupils, it means it's plural, nor the teacher, and teachers, no, it's teacher. Teacher is singular. So neither the pupils nor the teacher is disappointed. Why is? Because whenever any sentence has these combination either or, neither nor, or simple or, then the verb always agrees to the subject which is nearer to the verb. Let me show you how. See here, this is referring to this. It is a rule of grammar, beta. You need to follow it. Neither the driver. See here, it was plural, pupils plural, and teacher was singular. But in the next sentence, it's totally opposite. See, here the driver. Neither the driver. The driver is singular here in the second sentence. Nor the passengers. Now the passenger is a plural number because S is there, means more than one passenger. Neither the driver nor the passengers were hurt. Why were? Because this were is referring to this plural noun, that is passenger. So that's the reason we have used were here, not was. If you will write was, it will be wrong because the immediate noun to our verb is passengers, not the driver. Now let us move to the third sentence. The leader or his friends are to blame. So here we have used neither nor. In the second sentence also we have used neither nor. If you will get a sentence with either or, then also you have to apply the same rule. Here we have taken the example of or, and here what's happening? The leader is one, or his friends are plural, so obviously we have taken the nearer one subject, and that is why we have used are. Okay, that's the reason we have written are and not is. I hope it must be clear to all of you. These rules you need to remember, you need to cram, okay, and you need to apply. Now let's move on to the next slide. In my last lesson we have already discussed it, but again just have a recapitulation of the things. Indefinite pronouns are usually followed by a singular verb. And what are indefinite pronouns? Which are not definite. Which are of course not definite, which do not tell about a definite person or thing. We do not know about whom we are talking exactly. So all these indefinite pronouns. Now what are the examples of indefinite pronouns? Each, every, everyone, everybody, no one, nobody, nothing, neither, something, somebody, everything, anyone, anything. All these are indefinite pronouns. And what do we do with them? we always take a singular verb after them. Everybody is invited to the party. You can relate the sentences better. You can remember how your teacher used to talk in the classroom. Is everybody present? While taking the attendance, the teacher often asks, no, is everybody present? So that means everyone, when we are saying everybody, everyone has to do this. That means it's taking a singular verb. So we can relate it with our real life experiences also. Give it a moment, give it a thought, think for a moment, and then go for the verb. Okay? See here some other examples. Everybody is invited to the every one of you has done your share. Has we use with singular numbers. और जब plural होते हैं तो क्या आता है has की जगह? We use have. Okay? Make sure. Has with singular and have with plural. Now see, collective nouns. Very important. I am sure half of you must have forgotten collective nouns. Okay, so let me remind you and recall them. Come on. Collective nouns take a singular verb unless the collective noun is plural. Now, unless the collective noun is plural, you must be confused. How? कैसे पता चलेगा मैम कि कलेक्टिव नाउन प्लूरल है या सिंगुलर है? अभी बताते हैं. Let's have a look at these examples which are there on your screen. Beta, if you can read these two sentences and make out the difference. The swarm of bees was aggressive. The swarm of bees, the group of bees, we call it swarm. So the swarm of bees was aggressive. बहुत upset थी, किसी ने honey ले लिया था उनका. Okay? And the flock of birds were impressive in their migrations through the various weather conditions. Now, what are the collective nouns in these two sentences? First of all, these words. Here swarm and here flocks. Okay, these two words are collective nouns, swarm and flocks. Can you see any difference in these two? I can see. Swarm is singular because swarm is written, whereas in flocks we have added s in the last. So this is how we make sure whether the collective noun is singular or is plural. Got it? Because we have used the swarm of bees, the pride of lions. If I'm saying the pride of lions is approaching, the pride of lions is approaching, it's absolutely correct. But the prides of lions are approaching, because I'm talking about more than one group, prides. Okay, so be careful. And this is how you can differentiate between a singular collective noun and a plural collective noun. Okay? Now see, the swarm of bees was aggressive. Why was? Because we are referring to a collective noun and that's singular. And the flocks of birds were impressive. Why not was impressive? Because we are referring to the flocks of birds. More than one flock we are observing. That's the reason. एक ही झुंड नहीं है चिड़िया का, बहुत सारे झुंड ग्रुप्स जा रहे हैं. ओके, थोड़े थोड़े स्पेस में they are maybe separated, divided. There is some distance between them, but many groups are moving. So that's the reason we have taken a what? We have taken a plural verb after them. Okay. Now let's see. Okay, dear students, one more important rule of subject verb concord, that is the uncountable nouns always take singular verbs. What are uncountable nouns? Do you remember? Yes, uncountable nouns which we cannot count. Have a look here on the screen and see. The information. Can you count information? Piece of information we say. Single piece of information. Okay, but information we cannot count. So information is an uncountable noun, and because we are using an uncountable noun, we are taking a singular verb with it. That is, the information has been given to the police. Okay, the information has been given to the police. Now see, the news is very upsetting. The news is very upsetting. Why I didn't say the news are very upsetting? Because news is an uncountable noun. I cannot count news. News I cannot count. Okay, so that's the reason the news is very upsetting. News automatically includes S in it. It's in its spelling only. Don't think that new ka news bana hai. New means brand new. When you buy a new thing, a brand new naya, and news is news. Okay, which we hear on the telly, which gives us some information. The dust on the table. Dust. Can you count dust? 1 dust, 2 dust, 3 dust. Can you count it? No, we cannot. It's not possible practically. So the dust on the table needs to be cleaned off. And one thing I would like to tell you here, that this needs is a singular verb. What I told you in my last lesson, whenever we put S to a noun, it becomes plural. Whereas whenever we put S to a verb, it becomes singular. Do remember. Now, moving ahead, mathematics. Again, mathematics is having S by default in its spelling. Okay, it doesn't mean कि mathematics था तो हमने उसका plural बना दिया, mathematics कर दिया. No, it's not like that. Mathematics is having this S in its spelling itself. Okay, so mathematics is a very challenging subject because we are talking about one thing, that is mathematics, and that's true, we cannot count it. Right? Now let's move. Now just focus on the screen and see. What do you see here? Tell me. Plural subjects always take plural verbs. As I told you in the very beginning, the SSPP rule. You remember? Singular subject, singular verbs. Plural subject, plural verbs. But here the plural subjects are there is a little variation. There is a slight difference. Because it's not the boys, it's both the boys. So what do you understand when I say both the boys? Means I'm talking about two boys. Two boys, both the boys. Okay, so that's the reason I will not use has here. And in fact, you can see boys in the last. Both the boys. Both the boy, no. Then it will be grammatically incorrect if I will say both the boy come here. Both the boys. Right? So both the boys, obviously you can make it out that S is there after the boy. That means it is a plural subject and you need to take a plural verb afterwards. So both the boys have been punished by the teacher. Now see, several girls. When I am saying several girls, means I am talking about more than one girl. When I say several girls were creating noise in the classroom, so means I am not pointing out about any one girl. Means I am talking about more than a girl, more than one girl. So several girls. And second thing which you can make out with this also, it's quite a kind of a trick for you. Girls may, you can see S is there. So several girls. And that's why we have taken a plural verb, were. So several girls were caught playing in the rain. Is it clear? Plural subject, plural verb, the concept is the same one, SSPP rule. But only there is a little bit, the subjects are a little bit changed. That's the reason we are repeating it. Now see, a few of the children. When I am saying children, obviously it's plural. What is the singular of children? Child, right? So a few of the children means I'm talking about, not about one child, sorry. I'm talking, not talking about one child. In fact, I'm talking about more than a child. That means I'm talking about 2 or 3 children. And that's the reason it is children. I'm using are. So a few of the children are in the classroom or are in the room. Then moving ahead, many boys, again S in the last, you can make out. Many means बहुत सारे. Obviously we are talking about more than one, so that's why we are taking a plural verb, that is play. If we will add, if it would be like play, plays, तो plays क्या हो जाता? Plays will be our singular verb. Plays हमारा singular verb होता. Okay, is that clear? So I hope this concept must be clear to all of you. So till now, how many concepts we have covered? You need to check, you need to revise. Okay. Okay, so till now we have covered this much. I want you all to revise all these rules by heart. It's still not completed. We are going to cover it. The remaining part, now this little bit is left now that we are going to cover in itself. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay happy. Keep practicing grammar lessons. Otherwise, you will forget the concepts. Fine. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye-bye. Take care.